Here we go.
There's no title bigger than this.
It is great to be back.
Welcome to the Worlds.
Wow.
Just superb.
Grit and determination.
Does her. Gets it done.
What darting entertainment this is.
Brilliant finishing.
And he saves his skin.
Pummeling the trebles again. Oh, he's in again.
There it is.
Nathan Haspel's fired up.
Composure and skill.
Oh, magnificent from Van Gerwen.
He's up there to prove a point.
And this time, Peter gets it right. It's all right on the night at the Alexandra Palace.
Hello and welcome to Alexandra Palace. It's day 4 of the William Hill World Darts Championship, the biggest and the best darts tournament in the world. I'm Dan Dawson. This is Magic Murph, Chris Murphy. Chris, dressed down a bit today. You're getting increasingly shabby over the course of the tournament.
Dressed down Friday.
Dressed down Friday, okay, fair enough. It was pretty sharp stuff we saw yesterday. All got going, another double session of action. Pretty much every day is a double session in the lead up to Christmas. Let's show you some of the highlights from the afternoon session first off, because you saw Madars Razma and Toru Suzuki. I mean, this was the most terrifying Japanese horror since The Ring for Toru Suzuki. Missed darts to win the first set, missed darts to win the second set, and Madars Razma, well, he ran away with it in deciding leg of the third, but lucky boy.
Yeah. The result that we expected to see, but it was the result flattered a little bit, didn't it? But Suzuki missed his chances. Wasn't great from him. Was great from him.
Well, is that the result you expected to see?
Not at all. I mean, where has he come from?
Where has he come from? Let's ask him.
I'm from Japan. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Edward Foulkes, remember the name. He's a madman, but some talent. We also saw a victory there. You just saw Lawrence Olagan beaten by Ryan Murray on his debut. And this was a hell of a game. Daryl Gurney is back. This is just like Chris Dobie, where he's come into this in no form, and all of a sudden, he's just found something, and it's made me completely reevaluate what kind of a tournament Daryl Gurney might be able to have here.
Got embroiled in a battle, having led that match, but then Willie O'Connor had the darts in the deciding set, and Daryl Gurney was very, very impressive in the way he closed that match out. He said himself in interviews afterwards that he started to think, maybe I've lost that winning habit. Had only won 2 games in knockout events on TV since March, so really, really welcome win for Daryl Gurney.
Well, could he be a dark horse? Because nobody has talked about Daryl Gurney. He's world number 11, 2-time major winner, and has come into previous William Hill World Championships where people have gone, yeah, he could be there or thereabouts, but nobody's been saying that over recent weeks because he just hasn't won enough games. Do you think that could change things?
Possibly, but it's also worth noting that Daryl Gurney has only ever made it past the third round once before at this tournament. So it's a very difficult match against Chris Dobie. Both players would have been looking at that thinking, if I can stumble through my first one, I've got a really good chance. Actually, now they're looking at it thinking, well, he's back and he's back as well. So it should be a great game. I actually think Daryl Gurney's still got some distance to travel before we can talk about him as a contender.
Okay, interesting. Let's have a look at the evening session, because we all started off with Luke Woodhouse just in total control against Jamie Lewis, and then Ali Pally Jamie Lewis turned up. What happens to this man here?
I've got no idea, but he's back as well, and what a fairy tale story it would be for the second time he came through the PDPA last chance qualifier and went on a deep run in this tournament. Fantastic stuff.
Ron the Bomb Muhlenkamp. Now, it was a bit testy, this. It's probably the first bit of real needle we saw on stage. And if you're going to pick an argument with a dart player, don't pick on one who could throw you through the ceiling. But he did that.
Well, he went to George Noble. He went through George Noble,
Yeah.
didn't he? It was a wise move from Ron. But yes, Ed Boris was clicking his darts behind him. And I think actually the whole thing put Boris off a little more, because he started well in that match, but the bomb got the job done.
We're going to come back to Ryan Searle, Danny Law, because I want to talk about this. Jose de Souza, Ross Smith. I thought that there'd be an upset here. You thought there'd be an upset here. A set into it, it looked like there'd be an upset here, and then Jose just found a few gears, didn't he? Not top stuff, but enough.
Yeah, enough, and that's what it's all about for the seeded players. Just win that first game and come back after Christmas, and they've all done that so far. Well done, Jose.
And now let's go back to that third game. I don't need to show you the pictures from it, because quite frankly, just watching it was like a blur. Danny Lawby and Ryan Searle, it's the fastest game we've had in the tournament so far. It's just bang, 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 and totally absorbing. And I think Danny Lawby has surprised a few people with how well he can throw.
Yeah, certainly has, and you have to feel sorry for him. Somebody pressed the wrong button at the wrong time as well when he was going for a double, and that was, you can't say he was going to hit it, but that must have affected him.
Right, okay, I've seen a few people going mental about this. Yeah, it is regrettable.
So this is not me going mental, by the way.
No,
You'll know
no.
about it if I do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would. But I know that it's regrettable that it happened. He didn't lose that game because of it, did he? I mean, he survived darts to get absolutely walloped 3-1 by Ryan Searle. And if we'd had a real crowd in, they would have had much more of an effect on all the games so far than a fake one, yeah?
Yeah, true. He didn't lose the game because of it, I think that's fair, but it might be something for him to sort of pretend that's why it happened and not think it was down to him. But a fantastic game. It adds to the drama a little bit, just as a normal crowd do. So I say to the guys pressing the button, do it more.
Do it more. Just chuck them in. Yeah, why not? Well, that brings us to day 4 of the tournament and this evening's session. Do you want to see an early Christmas present I got? And it's regarding one of these players here. Look at this. Dirk van Dijvenbode boxer shorts, the Auberginius.
And you're going to wear them, are you?
Yeah,
if he wins, are you going to do the whole Gary Lineker thing? If he wins the World Championship, you'll present the final on the
mate,
wire.
I'm here for 3 weeks. I've only got a limited amount of clothes. These are getting worn at some point. I'm not sure. I'm not going to show anybody about it. However, the reason that idiots like me are getting novelty presents like this is because Dirk van Dijvenbode has turned into a major contender, even though he's not a seeded player at this year's tournament.
Yeah, he really has, and I've always kind of been on the fence with him, thinking, is it just a bit of a flash in the pan? But he seems to keep doing it, and Bradley Brooks maybe has a little bit more confidence having won the World Youth Championship, but I think that newfound, it's only like a year-long experience really, but I think it will tell in this match.
Yeah, well, Dirk van Dijvenbode, the Grand Prix finalist, of course, the Auberginius, the aubergine farmer from the Netherlands, kicks things off. John Henderson, Marco Canteler. Now, John Henderson, huge experience. We know he's a dangerous player. He has lost loads and loads of weight over lockdown, looking really good, great for his health. Doesn't seem to have helped his darts. He's not as heavy a favourite as you would think against Marco Canteler in more ways than one.
Lost loads of weight and loads of matches in 2020, basically, John Henderson, and he's sneaked into the final spot for this tournament and for the Players' Championship finals. He had written himself off for the year, so he's coming into it seeing it as a bit of a bonus, and that might help him. And to be honest, I think it's a good draw for Big John.
Yeah, Marco Canteler started the year well, but hasn't really done a great deal lately. This is a fascinating one. A former World Youth Champion against a man who's playing in his 25th World Championship campaign. So he's played 24 already. The first half of those, the first 12, Luke Humphries wasn't even born. Paul Lim brings smiles to the faces of darts fans across the world. But will he be smiling come the end of that game?
It's an interesting one. I think there is a little bit of pressure on Luke in this one, and I don't think that Lim's style of play will suit Luke Humphries. Usually when we see him on the stage producing the big averages that he has from time to time, it's against another fast player. And if Lim's going slow, doing the practice swings, all that kind of thing, it might just knock Luke out of his rhythm. I think that will be a leveler in this match, but I still think Humphries will have enough to edge it.
I really think that Luke Humphries might be going on a run, and there could be an incredible game between Luke Humphries and Dimi van den Berg, not for the first time on this William Hill World Championship stage. Now then, you said Callan Rydz could go and do something special in this tournament. He won his opening game, pretty impressive. He now takes on James Wade, world number 7, finalist at the European Championship, finalist at the recent Grand Slam of Darts. Does he produce the shock?
I've tangled myself in a web here because I've also predicted James Wade to reach a semi-final. So
right, yeah.
If there is a way for them both to go through, then I'd appreciate it. So Callan Rydz, if he was playing anybody else, almost anybody else, barring maybe 3 players, I think I'd be predicting him to win. But James Wade has just got the nous, and I think he'll find a way to deal with Callan Rydz. I also think, and watch out for this, I think he'll find a way to make him sulk, to upset him, to get under his skin a little bit. It could be a good match, but I think James Wade wins.
I don't know, I've got a sneaky feeling that Callan might be able to do something special. He looks like you said ahead of his first round match, he just looks like he's ready to do something. Now Bradley Brooks, it's his debut. He's kicking things off against Dirk van Dijvenbode. Bradley, as Chris said, won the World Youth Championship just a few weeks ago when we spoke to him on the Dart Show, and his rival Joe Davis ahead of the final. Bradley managed to win it in very, very tight circumstances. Let's see if he can back that up on the biggest stage of all.
The PDC Unicorn World Youth Championship. From Brighton, it's Joe Davis. From Blackburn, bam, bam, Bradley Brooks.
First Arch match you watched on TV?
Probably the first dart match would probably involve Wes Newton, because when I was growing up I was obsessed with Wes Newton for some reason. First trophy.
The first thing I can remember was the Young Player of the Year in the Blackburn League when I was about 13.
But we had a few players that owned Blackburn.
Not really, not young ones, no. But yeah, I think the first proper one would have been like a St Helens Youth comp when I used to go there. Obviously, that's where I used to go like, on a Monday night. So I think that would have been the first one I won a trophy. But first thoughts on PDC?
Well, it was just, it was the best, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'd probably say was one of the best.
PDC's the number one. That's what you want to be a part of. That's what you want to be
I think I'd say
involved
the
in.
term as well the best. That's what springs to mind first of all.
By far the most like professional and things like that. You know, we both want to be here.
No, 100%.
Without the PDC, it's given us so much opportunity.
Yeah. First 9 darter?
First 9 darter was when I was 18 in Sussex Super League. I remember it because I was playing really bad. I was 2-1 up on this guy first at 3, and just to do that. I mean, when you get your first 9 dart, it's what a feeling. What about you?
Yeah, I've not hit one in a match yet. I've had a few practice. I think I've missed double 12 5 or 6 times since I've been in tour. Just can't get over the line at the minute.
It's so frustrating, isn't it?
So practice, I've had a few, but no, not had one in the game yet.
No.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
The opportunity of a lifetime. But the first winner of this final is Joe Davis.
Bradley Brooks hits tops, and we do, Stuart, have that last leg decider.
And he is the PDC World Youth Champion.
He wins himself a place at this year's World Championship. Bam Bam Bradley Brooks!
Right, congratulations. You are the World Youth Champion. How does that feel?
Oh, it was amazing. Obviously, playing youth since I was 16, so everyone wants to win the World Youth. So it's a big achievement for me, and I'm looking forward to defending it next year. I get on with Joe. He's a lovely lad. I wish Joe all the best in the future, and hopefully he'll be back on that stage soon.
Look, you've been on some big stages before as well yourself. This is not necessarily that new to you, but the biggest stage of all coming up next month. You must be so excited to get on that Ali Pally stage.
I can't wait. That's what you do when you grow up as watching and playing. You want to qualify for the world, so I'm in that now. So I just want to see what damage I can do in that and just go and enjoy it really. Hopefully there's crowds there as well, which will make it 10 times better.